Hello. This is Jabari's Wisdom, and today we're going to be talking about, I guess, conspiracies about Antarctica and the moon landing.
Man, this podcast was supposed to be about conspiracies and all that, and it just turned into just about bugs. Wait, say that again?
The bombs. Antarctica, secret government base.
Wait, say it again?
Fire and attack from other government.
Wait, I don't even know what you just said because I opened up Cortana accidentally.
I said Antarctica, secret government base, constantly under attack from other secret government organizations / extraterrestrial.
Yes, because we were talking about, because Antarctica, it's a whole freaking continent, but no one is allowed to go there. You have to have specific permission, specifically for research or whatever, to go to Antarctica. And it's like, how are they guarding an entire continent? Because Antarctica's huge. It's like the size of the US. It's huge. It's a literal continent, but they're guarding it. And then you got to think, why are they guarding it?
Yep.
And then you wonder, how many bases are on Antarctica, like government bases, and that's probably where all the crazy stuff. Like, people talk about Area 51 or all these like bases on the US. Nope. Why would they put it there? What would make most sense is an entire continent where they can test whatever they want. They can test nukes. They can do whatever they want. They can test the spacecraft or whatever in a place where there is literally zero population. Well, other than them. That's the perfect spot to put a secret base. That's why there were conspiracies or whatever of the Nazis having a super base there. Because it makes sense. It makes too much sense. That's the only place in the whole entire world where you're literally completely secluded to do whatever you want.
Definitely a ton of human trials going on.
There's some crazy stuff happening there. And then like what you said, there's a mile thick of ice. So you could just build, there's probably, how many caves are in Antarctica? There's probably a crazy amount of caves. And boom, you already have a base.
Are you still watching this?
I cannot look at bugs too much.
I'm actually gonna poop myself.
And then we were also talking about freaking space. Wait, did I already talk about this before on a podcast with space?
I have no idea.
I guess I'll just repeat it. Where I was thinking about freaking NASA. Because think about it. Don't think about it in a scientific way or like, ooh, we can explore the world kind of way. Think about it in the most realistic, money importance idea you can. Why would we even fund NASA in the first place? Compared to like Homeland Security, compared to the military, compared to education, all this stuff that actually affects us on a day-to-day basis. Why would we fund NASA? I'll tell you why. Freaking aliens. Because it doesn't make sense. Because let's say launching satellites. We have private industry to do that now. Why fund NASA? Who cares about finding water 15 billion light years away? Because that's 15 billion light years away. Even if we were going light speed, that would take 15 billion years. Or let's say something close, like say 100 light years away. That would take 100 years if we were going light speed. And apparently light speed is the universal speed limit. So you can't go faster than light speed. So you can't even get to that speed that would take 100 years to get to. So that means it would be impossible to get there. So why do you care that there's freaking water there? How does that affect us? Technically, the only planets we'll ever get to, even if we leave Earth, which there's no reason to, would be freaking all the way up to Pluto. And then that ends. We don't get to go anywhere else. Maybe land on an asteroid, but that's not a planet. Oh wait, Pluto's not a planet, so I'll say Neptune. But oh wait, Neptune's a freaking gas planet, so we can't go there either. So the only planets we can go to are freaking Mars. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So the only planets we can go to that are literal planets are Mars. We can't go to Venus, it's too hot. We can't go to Mercury, it's too hot. So it's just Mars. So who cares about Mars? Who cares about the moon? Why do we need to go there? Why do we fund NASA? Aliens. Yeah.
Someone found something and changed the whole, they spent all of the 60s, in a collective societal, fear of Russia beating them.
And for what? The moon,
we get there and we don't care anymore.
Yeah, because they say, "Oh, we just collected samples, did experiments, blah 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 blah." So you're telling me, because you can study, you can see what's the composition of a certain stuff in space without being there, because you know how they can say like, "Oh, how many light years away there's a planet that's made of pure diamond," because you can. I forgot how they do it. I think it's through light or whatever, or something like that, like certain light wavelengths.
Wait, was that a factual statement?
Yeah, that is a factual statement. I learned that in astronomy. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Whoa. Diamond equals carbon equals life.
Dang. It all makes sense.
Space confirmed.
But you can do the chemical composition of a planet without getting there. So why did we need to go to the moon to collect samples of the moon? To know, oh, the soil has some iron in it. Why was there such a big rush to get to the moon? And then once we got to the moon, we went there maybe 4 more times and just, whatever. And did the same thing each of those 4 times, collected samples, did some experiments, looked at the inside of or look at the, what is the core of the moon like? Like, who cares about the core of the moon? Why did we spend how many $1 billion to send 2 men to the moon to collect some samples? How does that affect anything? Aliens.
Yup. And it would make sense if it's just people, like private companies that decided to do this. But for the government to see the value of funding it.
And then, which makes even less sense. So the Russians had the technology to get to the moon. That's why the US was so afraid. That's why we were rushing to get to the moon, apparently. So if they had the technology, they just couldn't get it perfected yet before America did. Why didn't they just go to the moon anyway? Say, hey, we also made it to the moon. And tell all the Russian population, hey, we got a Russian to the moon. Hooray. Nope, they just gave up after that. That doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. Because we went, found some shit out, let them know, and they were like, yeah.
Yeah, we're done.
We're good. From that point on, we've been on this path of orchestrating how society will run for the next 500 years until they come.
And all this technology all happened during that period. During the World War II to now period is when basically everything we know happened. Computers. When did computers start? World War II. When did planes become big? World War II. When did space travel happen? Right after World War II because of the German V-2 rocket. See, it's all making sense. These Nazis were smart as mess. Which is even more pathetic that they lost the war, which makes, that's crazy.
I mean, but they didn't.
Which is a good thing.
Ability.
I thought they did.
They lost because of greed. Hitler couldn't wait. Gosh. All he had to do was just be BFFs with Russia for a little bit more.
Dang.
They didn't wait to take Britain.
That's crazy. They literally could have won that entire war.
I mean, we had nukes, so...
True. But then, I thought the nukes were built helped created by Nazi scientists, basically.
I mean, if Albert Einstein's a Nazi scientist...
I mean...
Jewish?
I think so. I know he's Austrian, and he, left.
I'm a dude... Albert Einstein Jewish or Nazi? Okay, so he's from Munich, Jewish background, Jewish family.
Wait, when they left from the U.S., was he still super smart, or was that before he was when he was a kid? Well, they couldn't have been
from the U.S.
I thought he escaped from, or not the U.S., from Germany.
Oh, yeah,
when did he escape from Germany?
He was a scientist in Germany, wasn't he? He didn't leave till he was an adult.
Einstein knew he could not return to Germany, but the rise to power of Nazis under Germany.
He won a Nobel Prize. Yeah, he was an established scientist. Far established. He had 4 scientific articles published in 1905. Won a Nobel Prize.
I guess that makes sense. Because the war was only 4 years, so he had to have been.
He was long time established as a scientist. He moved a month before Hitler became chancellor of Germany.
Oh, that's so crazy.
actually knew what was going to happen.
World War II literally
why
changed.
Why would he leave?
Dang. Well, I mean, wasn't it already getting bad before he became chancellor?
Yeah. I mean,
it was like getting terrible because like before he was chancellor, like the Germans already like were like throwing rocks at like Jewish shops and like all this crap. But it's crazy. World War II literally changed the shape of the world. It wasn't World War One. It was World War II. Like how many things were like just either got completely better or were created either during or after World War II. The machine gun was not made, but was first used in World War II. Depending on your, I'm trying, because I know someone's going, actually, this freaking huge machine gun was used once in one battle of World War I.
Everything we say is slightly inaccurate. However, the general truth leads,
So, then planes were first really used World War II. Rockets were used specifically during World War II. The nuclear bomb, World War II. It's crazy. America became a superpower. When? World War II, right after World War II. Which is crazy. Because America, we did not get into the war. We just sold weapons and all this crap to the other allies. And to some of the enemies. The whole reason why Japan hated us is because we stopped selling them stuff or something like that. And we made so much money from it. And that's literally how we became a superpower. If World War II never happened, we wouldn't have been we wouldn't be where we are right now.
Nope.
That's crazy. World War II was just, it was something else. But then that also makes you think, because they say all this stuff about like, like the Nazis creating all this stuff, creating all these guns, creating all this new technology, blah, 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 blah. But then Hitler, the main dude, he doesn't have an escape plan when they capture him or when they're about to capture him, so he kills himself.
Let me see. Hold on. And why is there no... Hold on. Did they recover Hitler's body?
Wasn't there something controversial about his skull or something? Like, they used the wrong skull or something? Hitler's skull. Death of Hitler. Skull. On the 30th of May, 1946, MVD agents recovered 2 fragments of a skull from the crater where Hitler was buried. Crater? Why is there a crater? Did he blow himself up or shoot himself? Yeah, see, that was this controversial thing, O'Neill. So on the 30th May 1946, these MVD agents recovered 2 fragments of skull from the crater where Hitler was buried and left blah, 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 blah from the gunshot. This piece remained uncatalogued until 1975 and was rediscovered by the Russian State Archives in 1993. In 2009, DNA and forensics tests were performed on the pieces of the skull, which the Soviets had long believed to be Hitler's. According to the American researchers, their tests revealed that it actually belonged to a woman. An examination of the skull structures placed her at less than 40 years old. So the skull that they used as evidence that they killed freaking Hitler wasn't even his skull.
Feels good.
And then throughout the late 1940s and 1950s, the FBI and CIA documented many possible leads that Hitler might still be alive, while leading none of them credence. But still, there's a chance that dude completely escaped, which would make sense because I don't know, that whole like suicide thing, that seems kind of artistic. I mean, he was an artist, but still.
But why suicide? Why not? I don't understand. I don't see him not basing the music,
Yeah. See, and Hitler, there's something where they said Hitler depicted by the U.S. Secret Service in 1944 to show how he might disguise himself to evade capture. Why would he kill himself? And how did they like corner him like that? That seems like such a, I don't know, for how the Nazis were depicted. That seems like such a weird move.
They were the leaders in everything.
Yeah.
They were the leaders in medicine. I mean, through inhumane, like actual human trials on Jewish people.
Mm.
But it's just weird for me to just see him giving up,
Yeah.
Or them just being snuck up on.
Wait, let me see how they said they captured him. Oh. Late in the morning, Soviets less than 500 meters from the market. Hitler had a meeting with the commander, blah, blah, blah. He told Hitler that the garrison would probably run out of ammunition that night and that the fighting in Berlin would inevitably come to an end within 24 hours. How do they know all this? This seems like a story, O'Neill. Like, I'm reading this, and it literally feels like someone just, like, it's writing like a book. Hitler did not answer, and Welding went back to his headquarters in Belgrade. At about 1 o'clock, he received Hitler's permission to try to break out that night. Hitler, 2 secretaries, and his personal cook then had lunch. Like, what? How do they know this? How did they know he had lunch? And how is that relevant to anything? And so, like, what? And how do they know at specific times? I mean, I know they say at about 1 o'clock, but still. Several witnesses later reported that they heard a loud gunshot at approximately 3:30. After waiting a few minutes, Hitler's valet, Heinz, opened the study room and stated that he immediately noted the scent of burnt almonds, which is a common observation in the presence of prussic acid. Eva, with her legs drawn up, was to Hitler's left and slumped away from him. Stated that Hitler sat sunken over with blood dripping out of his right temple. He had shot himself with his own pistol. See, this all seems weird. So they're like, hey, we're running out of ammunition. Then he just kills himself? Yeah, that doesn't seem right. And then it's only several witnesses. Like, when you hear several witnesses about something like that, that just means, like, they have no clue. And then, this is inside a bunker. If they heard a loud gunshot, wouldn't there be, like, I don't know. Wouldn't they be freaking out a little more than, like, oh, let me casually open up Hitler's valet. Oh, let me casually open up his study and see what happened. We heard a loud gunshot, but let's wait a few minutes. Like, what? This is literally your chancellor who's in this hidden bunker with you, and then you hear a gunshot inside the bunker.
You're gonna be freaking out. They'd be sprinting back there to figure out what the hell happened.
This is all not making sense. So all I'm hearing now is that we went to the moon for aliens. We fund NASA because of aliens. Hitler's still alive, and Antarctica is used for a bunch of secret military base. Oh, well, he was alive.
He definitely didn't die there.
That reminds me of the freaking John Wilkes Booth. Oh, not John Wilkes Booth. Who's the guy who killed JFK? The guy's name. Lee Oswald? Yeah, I think it's Lee Harvey Oswald.
Lee Harvey, yeah.
Like, and the dude just kills him.
Jack Reed.
Like, he's like, oh, screw you. And shoots him. Like, no. Yeah, that was tying it up. Cause I don't know. That seems so weird. And then, let me look at the video for it. Lee... No, wait. Is it Lee Harvey? Yeah, death. Let me look at this video. Jack Ruby. Skip. Oh, let me go back. Wait a minute. They didn't even try to save him. If you watch the video, the dude's running to him, like sprinting to Harvey Oswald. And the two, like, guards who are holding him, they're looking straight ahead.
I have bad angle.
It might be the same video, because it's kind of a weird angle. At 20 seconds? Oh, awkward. What the heck's that? Oh, that's the last freaking link. Because it's weird. Like, they're looking straight ahead. Like, because the guy in black, he should be the first to react. Because when they zoom in on his face, right before he's about to shoot, like, they're looking straight ahead. They don't even act like they notice this dude running to them.
He's been shot. Lee Oswald has been shot. There's a man with a gun. Absolute panic here in the basement of Dallas Police Headquarters.
I mean, maybe he was too fast for them to react, but I don't know. That guy, he got close up, and those two did not even react.
This actually looks like just bad acting.
It does. Like, after the guy, like, gets shot, the dude in the light-colored suit, he's like, his face.
Yeah. Let me look at JFK.
And what was the deal with the magic bullet with JFK? I forgot what the whole magic bullet. Of course, the magic bullet is now a freaking blender. JFK.
You're searching, so.
The single bullet theory, or the magic bullet theory, commonly called by its critics, was introduced by blah 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 blah. Explain what happened to the bullet that struck Kennedy in the back and exited through his throat. Given the lack of damage to the presidential limousine, consisting with it having been struck by a high-velocity bullet, and the fact that Texas Governor John Colney was wounded in his seat on the jumper seat, blah, 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 blah. The theory says that a 3-centimeter long Cooper double, blah, 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 passed through President Kennedy's neck, went into Governor Colney's chest, went through his wrist, and embedded itself in the governor's thigh. What? Wait, what? It passed through his neck, then went through the governor's chest, then it went through his wrist, and then it embedded itself into his thigh. What? That doesn't make any sense. If it hit his wrist, how did it get into his thigh? Well, I guess that makes sense, actually. Never mind. If he's like holding his stomach for some reason. Wait, that still doesn't make sense because that's his chest that got struck. Wait, let me look at this computer simulation. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Skip. Okay, that makes sense for so far. Oh. Okay, that makes sense. But then that's also... Yeah. You know what? Okay. That kind of changed my mind about it. Mate, more people need to make stuff like this. That can completely fix everything.
Science is a tool used by the government to cloud your judgment. What feels right? Your instincts. We're humans, the apex predator.
Dang, it all makes sense.
Our feelings are what's kept us alive and on top so long. What does your gut tell you, Bird?
My gut tells me that this magic bullet theory is real. That was a single shot, and it did hit him through the chest, wrist, and into the thigh.
No, it didn't hit the president.
No, I'm talking about the governor, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Because this little computer graphics animation thing, he explained it pretty well. Makes sense. Never thought I would say it.
Did they show, the...
Let me just link it. I mean, you probably have to skip through half of it, because half of it's just, introductory crap. But it makes sense. Let's see what people are writing in the comments. What do you mean, lost an amazing president? He wasn't even president for that long to call him amazing. What the heck? How long did he serve as president? Kennedy... He was in office... Oh, he was in office for 3 years. I did not know that. Dang, the more you know. I guess you can say that he was an amazing president. I mean, I don't know anything about him as president. All I know is he got us to the moon. Oh yeah, and did you hear how many times they tried to assassinate freaking Fidel Castro? Apparently the CIA had 400 different assassination attempts.
Yeah.
And some of these assassination attempts, I'm wondering how did they mess it up? Because these are crazy. For example, exploding cigars or whatever, or freaking, they knew that he went scuba diving, so they planted an explosive seashell that was really shiny to get his attention or something like that. I'm what? If you guys are that creative to think of that type of assassination, how is he not dead? Because it's not like he's from some crazy country freaking Russia or England. He's from Schmucksburg, Cuba. That should have been easy peasy. And that dude is he still alive?
Dude.
What you say?
The shot is so hard.
That's what I was actually thinking too. I was how professional of a sniper was that dude? Wait, let me search it up.
What do you mean? He was a special ops sniper
Really?
In Russia or in the Soviet Union.
Dang. Because, that's a crazy shot. Because it's a moving vehicle.
Wait.
A very small... Because he can mess up. you mess up and shoot him, like, instead of in the head, in the shoulder or something, or in the chest, he could survive.
Yeah, he was a U.S. Marine, and he was honorably discharged from active duty into the reserves, but defected to the Soviet Union in October of 1959.
What? Dishonorably discharged for what? He was court-martialed. Oh. He was court-martialed after he accidentally shot himself in the elbow. This dumbest mess. What? He was court-martialed a second time for fighting with a sergeant who he thought was responsible for his punishment in the shooting matter. He was demoted from private first class to private and briefly imprisoned in the brig. Oswald was later punished for a third incident while he was on a nighttime sentry duty in the Philippines. He inexplicably fired his rifle into the jungle. Huh. While Oswald was in the Marines, he made an effort to teach himself rudimentary Russian. Although this was an unusual endeavor, on February 25th, 1959, he was invited to take a Marine proficiency exam in writing and spoken Russian. His level at the time was rated poor in understanding spoken Russian, though he fared rather reasonably for a Marine private at the time in reading and writing. Then he defected to the Soviet Union. I mean, that makes sense that the Soviet Union would assassinate them. Because, I don't know, why would the CIA murder him? Like, what is the rationale that people say for, like...
Maybe CIA working with Russia, or Soviet.
But they were the big bad red guys back then. Everyone hated the Russians.
Just deployed to, like, scare the public. Maybe at
I don't know.
They're buddies.
I don't know. Because if at the very top they're buddies, then why would they even elect JFK in the first place? They could have rigged the elections. I feel like that'd be pretty easy to do, especially back then. Because no one would expect it. Yeah, I'm starting to believe, the Russians killed JFK. It wasn't us. False conspiracy. You heard it here first. Because the CIA was all big with Cuba and everything. The Cuba crisis. Yeah, it does make sense. I'm saying it's Russians. I officially closed the book on the JFK assassination. I closed it myself. All the conspiracies are false. Now that we know that JFK assassination was completely overhyped, we can now focus on the real thing, which is Antarctica. Is there any other big conspiracy that everyone talks about? I mean, 9/11 is too much of a given. I mean, some people are talking about that freaking Las Vegas thing, O'Neill. Mm-hmm. And it kind of is weird how quickly that went off the news, even though that was the biggest mass shooting in the history of America by far. Mm-hmm. But that kind of drifted off of the news cycle way quick. Some were saying it's because of Las Vegas itself, because it's such a tourist location, like where everything is based off of tourists, that they persuaded the media to like kind of forget about the shooting. Because they feared that if they kept talking about it, that they would get less tourists, which makes sense. Because I don't know. I mean, it does make sense though. Because like after that happened, I was like, I do not want to go to Las Vegas in my life now.
You're cutting in and out. You do not.
Dang, they're listening. I was saying after that shooting happened, I was like, I don't want to go to Las Vegas ever in my life now.
Go ever in life now.
Ever in my life.
Go where?
To Las Vegas.
Okay. I don't want to go anywhere.
Wait, did you hear what I was saying before? Oh crap, they got O'Neill. Oh my god. I've been listening. Oh no. My recording's probably all deleting itself right now. Oh my gosh. Dang. O'Neill. So, have you heard of the spring string thing? No? Anything about that? Spring. Yeah. Who was your roommate your second year? Dang, searching up, asking your superiors. Oh crap, I didn't expect that.
You didn't brief me on a spring. Oh, nice meme.
Nice dodging the question.
You're funny as fuck, dude.
Dang. You all hear this. You think I'm joking. This isn't O'Neill. See, the answer is Derek. Dang, it's not O'Neill. He would have corrected me. Dang. Crap. Whoever replaced O'Neill needs to do his homework. Now that the conspiracies talk has been finished and O'Neill's been replaced, I guess that's technically 2 separate podcasts. There's one for the bugs, one for the conspiracies.
No, just do it all in one. Who cares?
It's an hour-long video or podcast.
I'm about to do a legit, organized podcast.
How? Were you gonna make your own podcast?
Yep.
Dang. Better use not a sponsor. Well, technically a sponsor, but technically not. Anchor, the quality podcast making app, where you don't have to think.
Make video podcast with that?
Nope. I guess you have to do that yourself. Which I guess wouldn't be that hard. Just make a video, record yourself, then upload it to YouTube. Yep. But that's a slight idea. Once I finally finish my videos, or the opening, I'm going to start uploading the podcast to the YouTube channel and just have as a video just me editing whatever video I'm editing at the time.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Just so if someone wants to see something.
That sounds like too much work for your lazy stuff.
But I mean, I would only do it like once a week or something.
Once a week? You can't upload once a year. Like,
yeah, but then it will be once a week. And then it'll look like, oh man, he's actually, he's working hard. He's doing he's editing all this crap while listening to the podcast with us. When in reality, that was the literally only time I edited that week for that 1 hour for the podcast. Genius. And then when they finally get to this point where I revealed it all, they'll be like, dang, we just got. We already are hooked into the podcast and we can't stop. Even though we have been lied to for these past 7 weeks. The video hasn't even come out yet that he's been editing all this time. What the heck? I'm gonna go into the comments and complain. And then they're like, what the heck? No one's replying to my comments. What happened? What the heck? I can't comment anymore. Oh no, I've been blocked. Oh no, he is silencing us. And then that's the end of it.
I've been blocked. Oh my god.
Yep. Apparently Kurt's going to try to be in a podcast tomorrow.
What, one of yours?
Yeah. I doubt it though. I mean, I don't know. Not about the conspiracies.
Trust me, Jabari. Oh, I know. That's what he's gonna say about everything. Oh, that's what they. Oh no, I can't say anything.
Then the real doozy is Kurt actually let something slip, and then you just hear a gunshot, and then you hear someone with a slightly higher pitched Kurt voice talking immediately after. You know what? I'm spoiling it. Whatever. I don't even care. I'm going to whatever the thing I was going to plan on talking about. So, well, I mean, this is only a minor thing, but still. So, now, what would you do if you died, and then you basically just pop out of a video game? You take off the VR headset, and you're a completely different person. And it turns out what your whole life was just O'Neill, the game. And everyone was playing O'Neill, the game. You're just like, you just played it your way. People are walking up to you, like your name's actually like Roger or something from year 2032 or something. They're like, oh man, did you remember the spring string thing event for O'Neill? That was so fun.
Dude, I'd feel so violated.
Yeah, they feel like crap.
That'd feel horrible.
Like, I was thinking about that. I don't know why, but I think it was because the freaking people with the stupid simulation theory or whatever, like freaking Elon Musk. But I was just thinking about that. I was like, if I came out and it just turned out everyone was just playing Jabari, the game, I don't even know. I wouldn't even feel right at all.
That sucked, dude. Any private moment you've ever had has been like experienced by it.
And the fact that it wasn't even private technically. It wasn't you.
Yeah.
That would just suck.
Holy God.
There was something else. I forgot. There's something else where I was having like just a whole like mental breakdown. What was it?
Waiting for another podcast.
Dang, true. That was just a hint. That was just a little taste for the next podcast episode. For people who stuck this long for the 2 podcast episodes that came out. Because this is not being one whole.
Are you missing an iPhone charger?
Nope. I think that might, if That is someone's. That might be Julian's.
All right. Oh,
What color is it?
black.
Yeah, I think that's Julian's.
All right. So I just noticed the charger today. I'm not sure if it's been there since the stopped the bar, or it's been there since the cookout, or it's been there since today at her birthday party. So I don't know who could have left that charger there when there's so many people walking in and out of the house.
I'm pretty sure it's Julian's because since you said it's black.
Yeah. Well, oh my God, it's a black charger. It must be Julian's.
I mean,
Black?
because the
Black? I've only ever seen a black charger.
I mean, the fact that it's black. I mean, if I remember the black charger, I remember it's Julian's. I know Julian's the type of person just forget.
Well, he's never charging his phone again.
Guess not.
I'll ask him if he's missing a charger. I won't tell him I have one, because then he might be like, "Oh, yeah, that's mine, Kappa."
Wait, what the heck? CIA shoot mother and infant out of sky. A 9-year investigation uncovers those involved lied to the CIA director. What? How is this out? Oh, dang. Oh wait, I have to watch on YouTube. I thought it was blocked.
All right, it's been
Over
fun.
Peru?
I gotta go to bed. 4:20. Gotta blaze up and then go to sleep.
They were preparing.
Dang. Well, it's been good. I hope that you bring back the real O'Neill soon. I'm sure he apologizes for whatever he's done. And yes, I know you're the fake. So you might as well replace this one and punish him and find a better O'Neill clone.
Dang, where's your conscience, dude?
Well, since I have no conscience now that I know that this is just Jabari the game, and the real player is like, I don't know, probably named Mufasa, you know, just casually playing the game, just hasn't taken off the VR headset.
Yeah, unlucky.
Yeah. I'm going to have a real realization when I come back and realize that, you know, everyone has just experienced everything I experienced. Well, it's been good. Yeah.
All right, peace. Good night.
See you.